All right, Shalom, Shalom. Back with another edition of the Spiritual Thoughts in Transit. Before we begin, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Also, as well, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that continually rule very well to this very day. It is our continually feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And also, as well, Shalom to the Hope elect that's continuing to labor in his work. And also, I do labor to show forth your diligence to make your call and election sure in faith, in truth and sincerity, and also in all charity. Now, of course, True to Form is another edition of the Spiritual Thoughts in Transit. Of course, I'm just going to go ahead and speak on, thoughts that come into my mind through the Spirit and just expound on it. And, it's a little rainy today. Rain coming down a little bit. So, if I pause in the middle or like try to get myself acclimated, Slovakia in advance, I'm going to go ahead and just go right into it. But, as always, of course, going into the spirit, in which the spirit is heavy right now concerning rulerships, and kingdoms, in which the point was brought out earlier today was that if you really want to dive into the mind of a person, especially, or should I say specifically, our people, when you go into the topic of rulership or having some sort of kingdom in general, our people tend to shy away from that. You know, why is that? Because they've been trodden down for so long and put underneath the rule of this man who is Esau Edom, which is the true biblical nationality of the so-called white man. And all our people know is being subservient under this man. You know, they can't picture themselves being in any sort of seat of power because they don't know. They're not acclimated or privy to the ways of rulership. You know, because rulership, it goes deeper than just having sit on the throne with a scepter. Basically, when you go into rulership, you have to know how to conduct a kingdom or a certain people. That's why if you observe King Solomon, in which we already know who he is in the reincarnation, when you observe King Solomon and how he ran his kingdom, when in the time of his rulership, there was one thing out of all that he required. Oh, there's one thing out of everything that he wanted, so that he's able to be able to rule in righteousness and rule over the people. You know, and the thing in which he wanted or what he was requiring was wisdom. Okay, I believe it's in First Chronicles. It goes into that about how the Lord, or should I say the Most High, came to King Solomon. Now, mind you, and here's like a small nugget to throw out. Now, mind you, the Most High came to King Solomon. All right, and there's only a few individuals or a handful of individuals that the Lord does that to. But the key thing about this visitation in particular was that the Most High asked King Solomon what he wanted. You know, he asked him, "Look, ask me anything." Roughly paraphrasing, and I'll give it to you. All right. Now, who else do you know that the Most High does that to? All right. But when that happened, right, King Solomon, he didn't ask for riches of the world or anything of that nature. No, the one thing that he asked was wisdom. All right. Okay, which was the right thing to ask for. Because when it comes to rulerships and kingdoms, you have to rule by wisdom. That's a requirement. All right. That's why now the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is instilling his men with that same wisdom that was given unto King Solomon. All right. And this lets you know that the rulership to come is a continuation of King Solomon's rulership. All right. Which is ruled in what? Wisdom. Okay. And this is wisdom of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay, and since the world is going to be ruled over wisdom once again, because right now, as of today, as I'm speaking, the world right now is being ruled over underneath the spirit of folly. Okay, now if you read in the book of Ecclesiastes, it tell you that it says that folly is set in great dignity. So if you want to have some sort of leeway, so to speak, or be looked at in a positive light amongst the people, then guess what? You have to dive into that spirit. You have to dive into the spirit of folly and foolishness in order to do that. Okay, but I see some precepts on the comment board. We go ahead and bring those out real quick. So this is from channel Occupy Till I Come. So this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 20. It says, "Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom." All right, and that's a beautiful precept. Okay, because like it says here, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. So the desire, the want of wisdom bring to a kingdom, and that's exactly what we desire. All right, we desire wisdom so we're able to govern the people, because we are expecting the next rulership to be in our hands. All right, and that of course starts with the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, which Lord's will, we're part of that number. Okay, but Yahweh Shai is going to be the one to give us that kingdom. All right, because we are set pursuant to the book of Romans. We are set as joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. All right, so again it says, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. All right, so when everything is ruled underneath wisdom, all right, everything is ruled underneath righteousness. And and again, when I say wisdom, I'm talking about the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay, because the wisdom of this world that we live in today is off. Okay, because the wisdom of this world is governed by the wisdom of Esau Edom. All right, in which he has his own ideology and his own ideas that he pushes out towards the people, and he pushes that out as the ultimate rule. That's the rule to end all rule. Okay, not knowing that the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Shah trumps everything that's been laid down on the planet Earth. All right, because it makes sense. Okay, everything that the Lord has pushed out makes sense. Okay, especially how to to watch over the people. How to judge, how to govern a people, how to govern a kingdom, all of that, man. How to take care of the earth, how to take care of the animals, the plants, how to keep the earth clean, how to keep the earth rejuvenated, and to keep it at its full strength. Okay, so reading on, right, verse 21. Reading on the rest of the comment, right. It says, if your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom. All right. So if you delight in rulership, all right, and being seated on the throne, then guess what? Honor wisdom. All right. And to honor wisdom is to rule by the book. All right. That's how you honor wisdom. Okay. Because wisdom in itself, basically it brings forth life. Okay. I believe there's another precept that says that wisdom is more moving than any emotion, and that's true. Okay. Because the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Shai brings forth life. Okay, that's how life proceeds, and that's how things continue to move on, right? How do we know that? Because you have a certain cycle of things that happen. All right, everything that you see around you builds off each other and lives off each other. All right, that's why when you witness ecosystem and you have some sort of imbalance, right? Because the Lord also deals with balance. So if you have a certain species of animal that goes extinct, then that sets off a chain reaction. All right, and that's how what you're seeing right now. Because underneath the rulership of this man, Now it's unbalanced. All right, why? Because I mean, it's a multitude of things that we witness this man do that is killing off the planet Earth, man. The Earth right now is in straits, and it tells you in the book of Isaiah, it tells you that the world perish and languish of the way. All right, and why is that? In that same scripture, it gives you the reason because of because the people, all right, they have broken the everlasting covenant, all right, they transgress the laws, all right, and the laws are what? The laws are contained within this book, okay. But let's see, I'm gonna read the rest of this here. Wisdom of Solomon 6 verse 21. I'll start from the top again. It says, if your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. And that's right. And again, wisdom is through Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. Okay? Because what brought the end of that cycle when King Solomon was in rulership, and then the rulership was given over to his son, right? Or the sons, Rehoboam and Jeroboam, right? What brought that down was the transgression of the words of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. How do we know that? Because he started building the different houses for the gods of his, the woman that he was dealing with. Okay, and that's what causes the downfall of kingdoms when things are being ran outside of the scope of the scriptures, and that's what you see in Babylon the Great, because Babylon is ran off the things which are contrary to the Bible. Okay, and since this place is in rulership, Babylon the Great, now you're starting to see things deteriorate even more. Okay, you start to see things corrupt and to die off. But why? Because again, it's being ruled underneath the things which are going against the scriptures. Okay, versus when things are being ran by way of the words of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, life proceeds out of that. Okay, now there's some more precepts in here. I want to go ahead and grab. These some beautiful precepts. Let me see if I can get them real quick. Um, this is from the channel Masak Banya Hawada. All right, and it's this book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 7. Okay, it says wisdom is the principal thing, and that's right. Wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is at the top of the ladder when it comes to things that we desire. Okay, wisdom of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. All right, because again, that's where things start off with, man. All right. Actually, there's another precept that says that where it says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and also it says as well, it says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge in the same book, in the book of Proverbs. Okay, because to know Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, all right, once you dive into the works of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai and what he has done throughout the planet Earth, because first and foremost we believe the report that was given unto us, right, which is this word, right. That report came to us, and we read the report, and we see the works of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. All right, and we fear the Lord because we believe that these things are true. Okay, so in doing that, that allows wisdom to enter. Okay, because we know for a fact that Yahweh Bashmiel Shah is our Lord and Savior, all right, the Most High, and that He rules over all. Okay, so it's in your best interest, if you're a man of wisdom, to be underneath the vibration of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, and again, it all makes sense. All right, that's called being a man that's operating underneath wisdom. Okay, but again, the same precept, right? Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7, and it says, it's like it says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Right. So even if you have wisdom, right, still though you have to get understanding. All right. The reason why certain things happen. Okay. And again, the scriptures tell you the reason why certain things happen. All right. You got people today that still ask the question, why certain things happen, why this happened, why that happened. Well, we read out of the book. We read out of the scriptures to show you why these things happen. All right. And even in that, that's not enough for the people. All right. Why? Because they pass this book off as being something that's fairy tale. All right. Now knowing that, this book, the words of Yahweh Bashim Shai, these words, dictates the people's coming and going. All right. This is how the world operates, man. All right. And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai is the one who acts on those same words, man. All right. Now, we bring it out every now and then concerning how Yahweh Bashim Shai operates. The Lord, when he puts forth his word, he acts on that. All right. Because the Lord is bound by his word. All right. An example of that is Moses, when he asked the Lord to forgive the nation of Israel because the Lord was getting ready to destroy the nation of Israel, man. Why? Because they kept complaining about their situation, them being in the wilderness and leaving the land of Egypt, and they actually wanted to go back to Egypt. All right. Which is no different than today, because you still got our people that still hold on. And we went into this earlier as well, near the beginning of the camp, concerning this place, this place Babylon the Great, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, right? Pursuant to Revelations, the 11th chapter. All right. Our people still want to dwell in the land of Egypt. All right. But not to get too far off topic, the example that I'm making with Moses is that Moses had he spoke to the Most High to forgive the nation of Israel, and said, "Look, this is what you said in your word, that these people are to inherit the land of Israel. All right, the land flowing with milk and honey. All right, the promised land. Okay, and the Lord remembered his word. All right, he said, okay, then I'm not going to destroy the nation of Israel. All right, because again, he honored his word. All right. So just to land back on the precept that I read here just now, all right, with all the getting of wisdom, you're supposed to get understanding, the reason why things happen. All right. Now, there's another precept posted up here. I want to grab that too. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 1. All right. And it says, it's like it. Let me kind of had to turn my windshield wipers on. But again, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 5, and this is at verse 1. It says, "My son, attend unto my wisdom." All right? And that's personal. All right. Whose wisdom is this? This is the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right. So again, it says, "Attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding." All right. So again, this is all streaming from Yahweh Bashim Shai. This is why, when the scriptures, when you read about the breath of Yahweh Bashim Shai, the breath of the Most High, this is it. All right. This is the gateway to life. All right. And how to maintain that is by what? Wisdom. The wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right. And that same understanding. All right. So from there, I lost my place on the comment board. See if I can go up just a little bit. It's lucky. Yep. So continuing on in verse 2, it says that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. All right. Now, if I could, I would go into that. I don't have a dictionary. Other part of that is that thy lips may keep knowledge. All right. And also the scriptures speak about how you can tell the demeanor of a man by his speech. Okay. Because the things that we speak of is clear contrary to what the world teaches, what the world speaks about. All right. And that's why it's such a contrast between us, the men of the Lord, and the rest of the world. Okay. Because the rest of the world, if they were to tap into the things that which we talk about and when we speak about, they'll look at it as something that's out of this world. Something that's strange, something that they never heard of. All right, why is that? Because this is outside of the scope of a common, the common man. And that's why it's only a certain amount of individuals that are able to even receive this. Okay, because this wisdom and understanding that we're speaking about here, all right, this is from This is from whole world in its entirety cannot receive this. And then to the spirit that's able to receive this. All right, and we brought out the as a flood. So the Lord Yahweh Shah is the vine, and we're the branches, and we're linked in. All right, to we're linked into the vine. All right, we're linked into that tree, which is rooted. Okay, because even though you're a branch on that same plant, that same tree, guess what? You're still rooted together with Yahweh Shai or Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay, now yeah, I believe that's it on that. Uh, um, yep, got that squeeze up on here. Can yeah, here it is. Yeah. So this is what I was speaking about earlier, right? How this world is unbalanced. It's Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. It says, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Shai, but a just weight is his delight. You see that? All right, it's all out of balance. All right, it's leaning too far to the left right now. If you can receive it, wickedness, right? You know, this place, America, which is Babylon the Great, you know, is wickedness has far exceeded above where it's supposed to go. But you know, that's all through the spirit because the Lord is allowing this kingdom to continue to run and continue to rule, just to show what not to do. You know, to show how not to rule a kingdom. But again, like this precept says that a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So you know, this is an abomination to the Lord Yahweh Bashmel Shah. This is an abomination to his sight. All right, and the Lord is going to correct that imbalance by destroying this place. All right. So next precept, book of Ecclesiastes, uh, it says, "There is an evil which I have seen under the sun as an error which proceeded from the ruler." All right, in which you already know what this is going into. All right, this is going to now in this time you have the servants who is supposed to be at the bottom is now on top. All right, that 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 is seen. So King Solomon said there's an evil which he's seen under the sun. All right, as an error. So he said okay, bottom the error. All right, because these people who are seen as the basis of all men are now being put up into rulership. Okay, and which really is not an error because this is all through prophecy. All right, Uh, let's get down a little bit. All right, so this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. It says, "This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endure forever." And this is a clear explanation to let the people know that the words of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah are still alive and well and are in effect. Okay? Because to Esau Edom, he believes that these words that we're speaking of is null and void, is no longer in effect, and it no longer works. Okay? Because in his mentality, he believes that his ways are better. That his ways, as of 2021, is now it works for this current age. Okay? Not knowing that the Yahweh Bashmiel Shah is the one who has allowed this era, this age to even proceed. All right? You think that the Lord didn't consider America and its technology that they have today? With the cars that we have, the cars, the planes, the cell phones, uh, the electrical poles, fiber optic cables. I'm going deep into technology now. You got the fiber optic cables. You got streaming services. You think the Lord didn't think about all this beforehand? The Lord already put this down in the book. He said, "Look, this is Babylon the Great. This is a place that's admired for its beauty." All right. Case in point, John the Revelator, when he was seeing this land Babylon, when he was seeing a vision. All right. What did it say? It said that he admired. He had a great admiration for Babylon. All right. And the angel asked him, why are you marveling? All right. But again, pursuant to this precept, said, look, this is the commandments of the Most High and the law that endure forever. So these words still stand sure to this very day as I'm talking. All right. Now reading on, it says, "All that keep it shall come to life." That's wisdom. All right, there it is. That's the wisdom that we read about. Okay. But such as leave it shall die. All right. And the ones that you see today, especially among our people who have left off their heritage and have became, I'm gonna use this term, they became African Americans. All right. And see, now they left off the ways of life, being Hebrew Israelites. All right. And which is no different than what was going on during the time of when Esau was ruling and when they were being called the Greeks and the Romans. And then you had our people that converted over to being Greeks and Romans instead of being Hebrew Israelites. All right. But in this case, you have our people, all right, who call themselves Americans. And on top of that, they call themselves African Americans. All right. But when the idea or when the truth is presented to them, let them know about their nationality, all right, they still hold on to being an American. Because again, like I said at the beginning of the live stream, that's all they know. All right. They don't consider rulership. They don't consider being seated on thrones. All right. They're not. They don't consider ruling with a rod of iron. All right. They don't consider being over the other nations. All right. As being the superior. Being the ones that in the seat of power. All right. But there's another scripture here. I want to grab. There's a lot of precepts. Hey, call all y'all about Shemel Shai. This book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 16. Seems like I'm gonna run through the rest of this here. I may cut it short. There's a lot of precepts. Hey, and the water to the people that's watching. Hey, call all y'all about Shemel Shai. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read a few more precepts. I'm gonna close it out on these here. I'm gonna go through them real quick. So this book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 16, it says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he hath no understanding?" All right. And you see these things being turned upside down, man. But the Lord, Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, is going to flip everything right side up again. All right. Righteousness is going to be sought after in the time to come. All right, and wickedness is going to be a thing of I use the I use the term or I use an example of pitch. Now I did a video on concerning pitch, how it looks and what it's used for, and what happens when you lay your hands on it. All right, that's how wicked is gonna be in that day. All right. So Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7 is one I quoted earlier. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is the beginning of knowledge. And this is how it all starts. All right. How it all starts is that we believe the report that was brought to us concerning the works of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. But reading on, right? But fools despise wisdom and instruction. All right. Sirach chapter 19, verse 18, it says, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is the first step. See that? The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is the very first step to be accepted of him. And wisdom, right? And wisdom comes right after that. And wisdom obtaineth his love. All right. So the first step to be accepted of Yahweh Shemel Shai, first you have to be accepted, which is through the fear, right? That belief in Yahweh Shemel Shai, the belief in the report, right? And then afterwards, you obtain wisdom, and wisdom brings forth his love. Okay? So it's the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 19. Let me do this real quick. It says that the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality, right? The tree of life. All right, that we read about in the book of Genesis, man. Okay, because case in point, which is a whole nother video, a whole nother lesson concerning the tree of life, because the tree of life, there's a whole dynamic that goes behind that. Because right now we are gaining access back to the tree of life. All right, and that tree of life, which is through this doctrine. Okay, because that was what was being kept from the very beginning. All right, when the Lord laid down the foundation, he laid down everything, and he created everything that you see today. All right, and there is and through the doctrine that was given to us, right, the doctrine that was given at the beginning was basically that those were instructions on how to live. All right, how to live and how to conduct the earth. All right, and that's the same message, that's the same doctrine that we also teach as well. That's the same doctrine that Yahweh Shemel Shai has put forth. The doctrine's never changed. All right, the modern workings of life has not changed. All right, and it'll always stay the same. It's going to be 100% established when the kingdom is established. All right. Sirach chapter 19, verse 20. It says, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is all wisdom. And all wisdom, right, is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency. All right. In other words, knowing that the Lord is in all things. That's what it means by his omnipotency. All right. And but it says here, it says all wisdom is the performance of the law. Because guess what? In the kingdom, the law is going to be executed. All right. It can't be executed in today's time because, of course, you have this man in rulership, and the Lord is the one who put this man in rulership, right? The Lord's allowing this man to continue in the things of which he's doing right now. And we're in a time of where our Lord is allowing us to get our minds right. It's a time when all these things are going to be established. Okay. So continuing on, I think I'm gonna skip down just a little bit. I know all these precepts are good, but let's see. I'm gonna read this one here, and then I'm gonna skip down a little bit. I'm gonna read a couple more. This is the book of Job, chapter 28, verse 28. It says, unto man he said, Behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. You see that? So the fear of the Lord, that right there is wisdom in itself. All right. And to depart from evil is understanding, right? Because once you understand the reward of evil, the reward of wickedness, then you know to stay away from that. Okay. Which again falls back on wisdom. All right. If you see a snake in the grass, if you see a snake in front of you in the path, all right, common sense and knowledge would tell you to stay away from that snake. Don't walk that way, or go another way. Okay. But guess what our people would do? They'll see the snake and they'll just run right into it. All right. And get bit. All right. Because in their mind, they're saying, oh, this snake is not going to do you any harm. You can just walk right over it, you know? And then afterwards, when they do that, they get bit by that same snake, that same serpent. All right. But let me go ahead and skip down a little bit. Grab this last precept all the way down here. But and also at the water to the brother that's posting the precepts. Hey, at the water, they call all you. How about Shemel Shai? So this book of let's see, so I can turn in here. Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 28. It says, "For Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshua, loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom." And that's who the Lord loves, man. And the ones who have that same wisdom right now to this very day is the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, those are the ones who are dwelling in wisdom today. All right. But I'm gonna go ahead and close out on that note. Went ahead and I reached my destination here. But the Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel, the sincere Akim, Tazadakim, and a few sisters that believe. As always, Lord's will is this was indeed edifying. Hopefully that you was well fed. You got a feeling of the spirit. And be able to get you through the rest of the evening, and tomorrow and the rest of the week. All right. But with that, I'm going to close out on that note. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. And double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone everywhere to this day, and also shalom, peace and safety. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's continuing to labor in this work, continue to labor to show forth your diligence to make your calling and election sure, and faith, truth, and sincerity, and also in all charity. And with that, let's say shalom.